In this video, I will be reviewing and discussing a deck created by Fabio Listrani, creator of the Santa Muerte Tarot. The Goetia Tarot in Darkness tarot deck is an esoteric dive into the shadows and a feast for the eyes for both occultists and dabblers of the dark alike. I'm Leroy and I do tarot and occult book reviews, as well as content regarding magic and saint work. So if you find yourself drawn to that type of content, then have a look around my channel and consider subscribing as I upload new content regularly. Goetia Tarot in Darkness is a deck created by Fabio Listrani that was printed in December of 2020. In the foreword of the guidebook, Listrani explains that the deck was a project inspired by the 17th century grimoire known as the Lemegton Clavicula Salamanis, and visits the famous Ars Goetia and the practices of working with the demons found within those pages. His goal was to create an esoteric and ceremonial deck that uses each demon as a tool for accessing the subconscious and the shadow in a modern way that reawakens the older methods of the Ars Goetia. The guidebook goes over a sort of history of demons, some of the notable grimoires that brought us knowledge of them, and the shadow in psychology as coined by Carl Jung. Listrani also illustrates in his own words the shadow, working with one's own demons to, in effect, perform shadow work to face one's own fears. The guidebook is wordy in discussing demons, the human shadow, and demons acting as a reflection of our shadow, going on for a lengthy word count. Fabio Listrani's personal studies really shine here, as he also touches on the left-hand path and the qlipphoth, which I always personally found to be both intimidating and intriguing. He shares information on Kabbalistic traditions and the Tree of Life, as well as dreams and how they relate to the subconscious. The information is presented well and easy to follow, and it really puts the deck in perspective. At first glance, one can sense the esoteric nature of the deck, as each card contains a pillar of symbols running along its left side, featuring demonic seals, astrological and planetary symbols, elemental symbols, and even sacred geometry in the form of the Platonic solids appearing on the four aces of the minor arcana. We see here the name of the being depicted as well as the tarot card's name, which I found helpful seeing in print. The first number below the demonic seal is how the deck is numbered from number 1 through number 78, from the first card in the deck being number 1 to the final card, which is numbered 78. This is also the order the demons were classified in the Lesser Key of Solomon. The second number is the number of the card within the minor arcana suits, like Four of Wands, for example. This number appears as a Roman numeral on the 22 cards of the major arcana. Listrani includes various zodiac and planetary symbols, as well as other symbols to help further illustrate the character of each spirit and as a way to establish or understand our magical intent, which will work better if we already know what these various symbols already mean, so that our subconscious can automatically recognize these symbols. If you don't know what these symbols mean, then that is okay, as they are not terribly hard to find and to learn. While the guidebook does not feature a traditional layout with meanings or keywords for each card, there are tables with all of the tarot associations, tarot attributions, ascribed planet and zodiac signs, as well as traditional tarot meaning keywords, as well as keywords referring to the nature of the demon depicted on each card. The text here is translated into 4 languages in the book: English, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. There is a small card picture for referencing the layout of the cards, and also an image of the Sephirothic and qliphothic trees in the very back of the book. The deck I own is the regular edition, and there was a holographic foil version that came with coins and a beautiful tarot cloth, but I think that this version was only available through the initial Kickstarter. You can definitely buy the tarot cloth by itself on eBay, although I'm not sure about buying it elsewhere. The cards are glossy, but not so glossy as some decks, and they shuffle really well. The cards are virtually the same size as classic Rider-Waite Smith decks, but they are a little thick as far as cardstock goes, so those with smaller hands may face personalized trials and tribulations when attempting to hold the entire deck in one of their hands. The art of Goetia Tarot in Darkness is beautiful. Fabio is a professional digital artist, and the spirits are depicted in a variety of poses, settings, angles, and action shots, breathing life into the art and adding a touch of character, with some cards appearing almost as stills from a film, with the viewer left seeing a story surrounding a card's imagery. The art does feature a negligible amount of nudity, however it is presented tastefully, and to me it does not distract from reading with the cards, but since everyone is different, I'm mentioning it here as it may be distracting or even a deal breaker for some readers. The art style is done in a kind of CGI that is monochromatic and very dark, with some details hard to see and quite easy to miss, especially in lower lighting. These computer-generated images should be examined under bright light while you take the time to pore over the finer details in some of the artwork, and it can be interesting to notice something new in a card's art during a reading. These spirits are depicted creatively and with reverence, and flipping through the cards there is a definite esoteric and occult vibe to them, which I feel would add to the magic of a tarot reading, shadow work session, or even a ritual of some kind. The cardbacks are reversible, a plus for tarot readers who read reversal meanings, and feature something of a black void with a menagerie of strange figures and creatures crowded together, one of whom is carrying a caduceus and resembles the Greek god Hermes. The box the cards comes in is one of, if not the sturdiest deck box in my collection. It's made very thick and of a high quality. The box has ornate talismans and sigils on either side, with most of everything being embossed. You can really tell the deck creator put a lot of thought and attention to detail to the packaging, as with the tarot cards themselves. The first time I saw this deck, I knew I had to own it, and it's a purchase that I am glad I made. It's a wonderful addition to my collection, and I look forward to owning more decks by this artist. If you enjoyed my review of Fabio Listrani's Goetia Tarot in Darkness, then be so kind and drop a like. And if you enjoy this type of content, then subscribe to this channel as I post new content frequently, and I love to have you as a part of this journey of self-growth that I've embarked on. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.